problems. They're in their 30s, disabled and queer. Agony onto a funny and modern. If you want it solved, them and Maddie are here.
Hi, I'm Emily Dash.
And I'm Madeline Stewart. And we're here in Gadigal land of the Eora Nation.
Yes, and we are here to solve your problems.
100%.
Because being queer Crips, we are always asked to give advice. Somehow people think that makes us qualified.
Yeah, in our 30s, being queer, being disabled, we know what's up, surely. We can handle some problems.
Yeah.
And we have. We've had some live shows. We were in Sydney, we were in Kiama, and all of our audience said, we want a podcast.
So we delivered.
And boy, oh boy, have we delivered. This is really fun. We have all this equipment. It's amazing. We even have a jingle, which was written by Irene Nicola, who is an incredible disabled queer cabaret performer based in Sydney. And we have a logo by Jade Chan, an incredible designer and an incredible graphic designer. So yeah, we're all set up for success, Em.
Yeah, thanks Irene and Jade.
Yeah, thanks, girls. We love this. Are you excited, Em?
I am very excited for this.
Before we jump into the questions from our audience members,
Yes.
we start the show the same way that we always do because we have questions for each other.
Yes.
It's a new year, Em.
Absolutely, it is a new year.
What have you been thinking about?
So I've been thinking a lot about New Year's resolutions and whether they're worth it. Because I've been challenged. Someone gave me my New Year's resolution this year.
Oh, it's chosen for you.
Yes, and I've been given a New Year's resolution to read 120 books.
120 books. You can read?
Yes, well, a lot of people wouldn't think so because, I'm disabled.
I didn't mean it like that. I meant I've got ADHD and I can't read. I can't read an email. I get bored.
You should read audiobooks.
I love audiobooks. Do they count in your books?
I think so, yes.
I reckon they do.
Yes.
So what have you got?
Well, I haven't really started, and that's a bit of a problem because it's been
A couple of
2
weeks in
already.
Yeah.
So I might be a bit behind. But there's a whole thing about, the person I'm doing it with, if I beat them on the number of books, they're going to be like, no, but you didn't read as many pages as me.
Yeah, do children books count?
Well, I think that's a bit of a grey area.
Yeah.
Audiobooks maybe, children's books maybe not.
Maybe not, yeah. I was thinking, the Saddle Club or those really thin novelettes that teenagers read.
Yes, I love the Saddle Club. The
Yeah.
Saddle Club was a big part of my childhood.
Yeah, yeah.
Hello world.
This is me. We're kind of giving that vibe here today with the podcast setup.
Yes.
We have that pink, the orange. We're in a recording studio. We could ride a horse, surely.
Yeah. What about you, Maddie?
Oh.
New Year's resolutions.
I have
Talk
the
to me.
same New Year's resolution that I have every single year because around December time, I'm always really sad. I look back at my year and I go, I spent the whole year working and I didn't really get to hang out with any of my friends. So my New Year's resolution is to calm down the work because last year was so busy for me. I actually got a stress-induced chronic illness. That's how bad I was working and pushing myself, and I need to stop it. I need to calm down. Have I stuck to this New Year's resolution though, Em?
I don't know, have you?
No, I haven't. It was New Year's Day when 99% of people have the day off. Did I have the day off? No, I worked. I worked, didn't I? I was playing tennis with Adam Hills, which sounds like a name drop, but it's genuinely how I spent my New Year's Day at the Australian Open playing tennis with Hillsy for a gig.
You worked playing tennis with Adam Hills.
I know. And Josh was there too. He had a great time. You got roped into working.
Josh is our...
Oh, yeah, we should have introduced you to Josh,
boy.
poor thing. He's our tech person, our boots boy, who goes through all your questions and feeds them to us, a vital part of our team.
Absolutely.
But we've hogged the spotlight. Joshua, would you like to say hello?
Hello.
Hi,
Hello,
Josh.
everybody.
Is it true? Because I heard a rumour And also I was there. Is it true you got roped into teching for Adam Hills?
Not so much roped in as just dumped into that position. But yes, I teched for Adam Hills.
The rumours are true.
The rumours are true. Yeah, so the tech person that works at the tennis, you suck at your job. I was an audience member and you looked at me and went, you can do this, and then went and had a lie down in your office.
I think it's the Blue Mohawk. They assume you can do tech.
I don't understand why people keep assuming this. I mean, I do tech, but...
You don't want to do it New Year's Day, right?
Well, yeah.
Anyway, so we've both... clearly, I'm overworking my year already, and now I've roped Josh into working too. You're just there to enjoy the comedy and the tennis. And
But I want to know about your actual tennis. Do you play tennis, Maddie?
so I lied for this gig, Em. I have no shame in admitting it. We all lie for work. He called me. Well, he didn't call me up because he's Adam Hills, but like they called me up and they said, "Can you play tennis?" And I said, "Of course I can." I can't. And I thought all the other comedians that are on that tennis game, they're not going to be able to play either. No, they all play every week. So I was the only one who couldn't play. So I put on my little tennis skirt because really that's why I said yes, so I could buy a tennis skirt.
It's all about the fashion
It
sense.
is. And so I was the ball girl, I ended up. But I was really bad at that too because all the balls were just like wandering around in front of me. I didn't pick a single ball up. I didn't help.
With your ADHD, I imagine.
So distracted. People were playing tennis in front of me. I'm not watching where the balls go. I'm watching Adam Hills play.
Yeah, so can Hilsey play tennis?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I can't play tennis, so I'm amazed by anyone who
Bad
can.
judge of
Yeah,
tennis
he
play.
might be terrible. I don't know. But yeah, it was a good day, but I need to stop working. I say as I'm working.
Yes, well, at least, so your New Year's resolution is to work less and spend time with friends more.
Yeah,
But at least you've combined working and spending time with your friends.
work smarter, not harder. Am I right?
Joy.
Now, my question for you, Em,
Yes.
is I turned 30 last year.
Yes.
And it felt like my body just like went down a gear. Like it suddenly was like, you're 30, we're going to shut up shop, we're going to give you a chronic illness and you're going to be diagnosed with ADHD and you're going to feel old. And I started to think, what are some things that I can no longer do that I'm 30? But I'm kind of like, yeah. Is there things that I shouldn't do now I'm in my 30s? Because you're a bit older than me. Well, not heaps, but like a couple of years. You're like 4 years older
I'm
than me.
34.
Yeah, so you've been in there for 4 years. Recommendations, tips, tricks to 30s?
Well, I don't really pay much time to age because age is just a number. But what about things like clubbing?
I don't think I enjoyed that in my youth.
Oh, really? I love clubbing. But see, I was late to it. So now I'm
When
trying
did
to
you
make
go
up
clubbing?
for lost time. I've been around the last
Been
couple
around.
of
I think when
years.
people look at us, they assume that like I'm the party girl and you're like the homebody, but it's actually the opposite.
That is so true. I've had people come up to me literally in the street and say that.
Yeah, that's such a misconception. I want to be at home at 9 o'clock with a cup of tea watching a murder mystery. You're going to be out partying.
I frequently don't go to bed until like 12.
What?
That's true.
That's wild, Emily. How do you have a sleep pattern?
Well, I don't.
Well, you're really living your 30s. So you think that nothing
Yes.
can really change in your 30s. It's just a number.
No, I think that you can live up, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, cool. Is it both ways? Like, can I start playing with like Barbie dolls and stuff now as a
I
30-year-old?
think so.
think
Whatever floats your boat.
Yeah, I feel like if it's not hurting anyone, I reckon you can do anything.
Could a Barbie doll hurt someone?
If you throw it hard enough in their eye, probably. Just stab them with those pointy little Barbie arms.
Yes. Should we actually do some work and go to a question?
Yes, should we go? Joshua, do you have a question for us?
I have so many questions for you. Given that we're first episode back after the Christmas New
Yes.
Year's break, How about some seasonal festive questions?
Oh, we love seasonal
Yes,
festive
we
questions.
love the festive
Sock
season.
it to us.
Wonderful. Okay. Well, we'll start with Christmas. Christmas decorations. How soon is too soon and how late is too late to have them displayed?
Ooh. You go first. When do you set them up?
1st of December.
1st of December?
Yes.
I'm a November girl.
Late November, early December.
Yeah, mid-November is for me. I start with all of my Christmas preparation in November. Usually if I'm good, I mean, the ADHD and last year, very busy, so I didn't get around to it. But usually I will do, in November, I'll write all my Christmas cards and I'll post them because nothing worse than getting a Christmas card like a day before Christmas. Like, what are you supposed to do with that? Just look at, like, you want them out and displayed.
Yes.
So I send all my Christmas cards, I buy all the gifts, so that way in December itself, I can enjoy the festivities and I don't have to worry. But that's a dream year.
You're a very good gift giver, by the way.
You think so? I like to put a lot of thought into it.
Yes. But the question is, how late is too late to leave those?
And I've noticed, because we're here in your place, that you've packed down a lot of your Christmas stuff. But my tree is still up in my apartment.
Oh, that's nice. I like seeing late Christmas trees.
I think by
Gives you a
February.
bit more of the festive season.
Yeah, I feel like February is a good time before Feb.
Well, you know, Taylor Swift agrees with you.
Oh, me and Taylor. So you're such a Taylor Swift fan. I'm not
Yes.
as much. But
There's a lyric that says we could leave the Christmas lights up to January. So like through January.
so Taylor's letting loose. She's like, let's be wild, everybody, and
Yes.
leave our Christmas trees up through January.
And
She's
now
living a crazy life, Emily.
And now it's a thing for the Swifties.
That they leave their Christmas trees up through January. Okay, does this make me a Taylor Swift fan because I'm leaving my trees
Well,
up?
I hope so.
You're doing your best to convert me, Em, but
Yes.
I'm a Stevie Nicks girl through and through. I love
But
that
so
woman.
is Taylor Swift.
I know, because she clearly has good taste in music.
No
I don't know.
shit.
I don't know. I love the old stuff. Anyway, back to Christmas lights.
Back to
Christmas decorations. Yeah, I think we're right. November time, probably mid to late.
Yes.
Is that when you set yours up in
I
this
think
1st
so.
of December?
It also depends. I have lots of children in my life.
Yeah.
And it depends how badly I need to distract them.
Yeah, Christmas is great
So
to
it's
distract
like-
kids.
Come put the Christmas tree up.
Oh, that's a perk of having children
Yes.
in your life.
Yes.
Yeah, that's so exciting. I need children in my life to do the tree every year. That's nice. Is that why people have kids, to do the Christmas tree and other
think so.
chores?
Yes. Absolutely. I can't think of any other reason.
Neither. Clearly, that's the perk of having kids. Not the love and raising someone to have your values or whatever. It's the Christmas tree.
Yes. Does Josh have another question for us?
Yeah, Josh, what do you got?
I have so many. Okay. On the topic of kids and Christmas, we've got one that's a bit relevant to that.
Okay.
At what point does telling your kids about Santa, the Tooth Fairy, Easter Bunny, etc., become gaslighting?
Oh, what a question. Thank you to whoever sent that in.
It is creepy that we lie to children to say this strange man you don't know is going to come down a chimney we don't have to leave presents for you. And then you go to the mall and you sit in his lap and you tell him what you want. God, it's gross, isn't it, when you think about it?
Oh my, I didn't think of it like that.
It's kind of gross.
No, it's a good point. I think, Christmas and Santa and the reindeer and things bring kids so much joy, but I would say that if your kids ask you directly, like, is Santa real? And then you say no to prolong the magic, then that is a bit
is there an age where a child should be told? Like, imagine you have a child who's like, yes, Santa's real, and they believe in a tooth fairy, they believe in everything, and they get a lot of joy from it.
I think I was like 10 though.
Because kids talk in the playground. They tell each other Santa's not real.
But I think that even when I knew, maybe this speaks to the pattern of my dating relationships as well.
It's
But I
foreshadowing.
think even when I knew, I didn't want to believe it, so I just held on to
Hold on to the magic.
the magic of it. Yes,
Yeah, life's hard. Whatever gets you through Christmas.
absolutely.
I can't believe that Santa wasn't always in the red suit.
Wait, what do you mean?
Apparently that's a choice by Coca-Cola, like a branding, like for commercials. Before that, Santa didn't have a red suit. He wore different colors, like green and I believe at some point like orange. I don't know.
Wow.
But yeah, the red suit, that's consumerism, baby. That's commercials.
What?
That's capitalism, honey.
I also wonder how it was Coke that got.
Coke gets everything.
But why not Cadbury? Why is he not in a purple?
I don't know.
Or Tiffany and Co.
I think he would be much cuter in that cute Tiffany and Co.
Yes.
Lovely, pale, bluey, greeny, tealy kind of nice colour.
Yeah, that's
that they
the
have that
one.
minty colour.
Yeah.
Santa would look fresh. I think rebrand is needed for Santa.
Could Santa ever be a female?
Of course, Santa's a magical creature. I don't even think he has genitals. Surely, smooth, smooth like a Ken doll.
That's the thing. Going back to the question that we had,
Yeah.
telling kids. My friend, one of my closest friends, has 2 young kids. And one of them is 10 and one of them is 7. And the 10-year-old has only just figured out that, mum and dad are doing Santa. And so my friend was like, yes, but now you get to be Santa for the little one.
Oh, that's cute.
Which I really think is a good way to do it.
Yeah.
Santa is like a spirit. We are Santa, really, for all the people listening now.
Amazing.
Yes, I like it.
Next question.
Okay, our next question. I got uninvited from family Christmas celebrations. What do I do about it?
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
That's tricky. Sometimes people send real tricky questions in. Uninvited to family. We're not gonna judge. We don't know what the circumstances of this uninvitation.
I like the concept of making your own family.
I agree. I think Christmas should be spent with people who make you feel happy, who make you feel full of life and love, the people you hold dear and near. Spend it with those people. They might be your family and they might not be.
But can I just say, there's all this pressure around spending time with family at Christmas. Now, I like my family, so that's not a problem. Lots of people don't, and yet there's still all this pressure because Christmas is a family time, and everyone just ends up with all this stress and tension around their expectations.
Yeah, the expectation of it being a really good day as well. There's so much
Yes.
pressure on it to be the perfect day. And yeah, nobody mentioned any of these list of things you can't say to your uncle, and you have to navigate all these family. I don't spend Christmas with my family. I haven't for a while, and I love it. I recommend it if you want to, but it can be tricky because, families are families. Sometimes I found in the past I would alternate. So, 1 year I'd spend it with the family, and then other years I might say, oh no, I booked a holiday. So if you want to avoid your family at Christmas time, make different plans and just say that's how it is this year, doing something different.
Yeah, make other plans, because then that doesn't open people up to be like, no, you can't do that. You have to come here.
Sorry, I'm in Vanuatu. Can't hear you. Can't have a Zoom, Mum. There's no internet in Vanuatu.
Yeah,
Or
I go
something
to
like that.
Fiji or somewhere like
Yeah,
that.
or into the outback.
Oh,
into
yeah.
a no reception bushland regional area where you're like, sorry, no reception, no nothing. I'm just going to go here in this little cabin that I've booked.
Absolutely.
That way, no one can get angry. You've just booked a nice holiday to have a Christmas alone. I think the expectations to spend Christmas with your family every single year, it's very rigid, these rules.
I would agree. I would like to spend a holiday in a cabin with you, though. That would be
Yeah, I think we'd have real fun times. That sounds great. I mean, we're going to Adelaide Fringe,
Yes.
which is kind of like, I mean, it's kind of a holiday, isn't it?
a working holiday.
Yeah, so we'll spend lots of time. But if you could have Christmas not with your family and have different plans, what would you choose? Would you go on a holiday?
I think that I would go to somewhere to have a white Christmas.
Oh, yeah, like London or Paris,
York.
New York.
Yeah.
I'd love to go to Italy for Christmas or Bruges, because you just know Bruges would be really magical. Everything would look like little gingerbread houses.
That's not setting yourself up for failure at all.
I mean, if I'm in Bruges alone, I'll just be eating my weight in pretzels and like drinking mulled wine. Like I will have no
Yes.
complaints.
And eggnog.
I'm not an eggnog girl.
I've never had eggnog.
Well, maybe this Christmas we'll have some together on the podcast and we'll decide if it's a bop or a flop.
An eggnog tasting.
Josh, make a note for Christmas time. We'll try eggnog.
Should we answer another
Yeah,
question?
go on. Speaking of that with Josh.
Yes. Okay. Let's do a question. How do I go about a New Year's Eve kiss? Should I ask the person beforehand or just linger around midnight and hope that they kiss me?
Did you get a kiss this New Year's Eve, Em?
I didn't, but I don't want one. Did you get a kiss this
I don't kiss and tell, Emily.
Oh, that's true.
But I've had a very good year so far.
She says with a smile.
She says with a smile and a little chinky wink. I
We'll
won't.
never know.
We'll never know, will you? I love a New Year's Eve kiss. I love it. I'll
Yes.
kiss anyone. I'll kiss you. If we're New Year's Eve and it's come midnight, I'll kiss everybody because I feel like everyone needs a kiss for New Year's Eve. It just sets off the year nicely, a little smooch. I mean, unless that person has a cold sore, then you're up for trouble.
Yes. The other thing, what about bad breath?
Yeah, you want to be your New Year's Eve kiss. Just make a note of who's been eating the garlic, maybe,
Yes.
or what kind of kiss. Is it a peck?
Do we use tongue?
Do you use tongue for your New Year's Eve kiss?
Always, yes.
Always? Yeah, you got to do a good kiss so you can be like, oh, yeah, you're missing out. You should come
Yes.
back for more of these.
See you next year.
See you next year for the best tongue kiss of your life.
Yes.
Do they still call it French kissing? What do you call a good tongue kiss?
French kissing, I think.
Or macking on, just really making out.
Yes.
Some people use too much tongue. I think that could ruin my new year.
How much tongue is too much tongue? What do you think?
I think a teasy little licky lick. That sounds so weird. This is turning into such a weird podcast now. I'm teaching people how to kiss. I think minimal tongue, a cheeky tongue, but like nothing worse than like, oh, I barely have enough room for my tongue in my mouth, and now I have yours in there too. Like, I'm a little girl with a little face.
You are a very little person.
And I think some people have, like, I don't think I could
Large
kiss.
tongues.
Yeah, I don't think I could kiss Gene Simmons, that's for sure.
Well, I think it depends. This sounds so weird.
Doesn't it?
But I think it depends, like, if you have an equal amount of tongue to go around. Or something.
I don't know. I think New Year's Eve kiss, I wouldn't kiss with tongue. I'm not a tongue kisser.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I think you're missing it out.
Do you think I should do more tongue kissing?
Yes.
Well, maybe that'll be my New Year's resolution because
Maybe.
clearly it's not working out. So maybe I should, you're reading how many books? 100 and...
120. See, I forgot.
122 or something, or
Yes.
120 books. I should do 120 French kisses.
Yes. Oh.
I'll keep a journal.
Maybe the last episode of the year we should circle back to these.
You will check in to see if we've followed through.
Yeah.
They're so silly. Okay, but anyway, to answer the question, with New Year's Eve kisses, you should always ask for consent. Consent is always key.
Consent is sexy.
Consent is so sexy. And also, you never know. You might go up to them and be like, hey, I was wondering if you have a New Year's Eve kiss. And then maybe you can have a kiss and then you could be like, hey, we should do this more. And you could lead you into a date. I reckon consent is great. Nothing
Yes.
worse than just lingering, hoping to be kissed. That is
Unless there's mistletoe.
Yes, then you should stand underneath it, lips puckered, ready to go.
Did that answer the question?
I think so. I think we've answered
Yes.
that pretty well.
Josh.
Josh.
Okay, well, it's our favourite time of the week.
Oh,
It's
what's
time
our
for
favourite?
our brand new segment.
Yay!
We do have a brand new segment.
It's time for Dolly Doctors, where I have trawled through some vintage, I say vintage, 2005 and 2006 Dolly magazines.
Wow.
And gone deep inside the sealed section and pulled some great little questions out for you two to answer on the fly.
Wow, what a job, Josh.
Also, what a
Has scarred
time.
me.
The fact that you've said 2005 and 2006 are vintage, I find personally insulting.
Well, I'm only 26, so I don't know.
Yes.
Have you told the rest of your body that you're 26, Josh? Because it's bizarre.
That's really offensive.
Sorry, Josh. Yes, you're 26. If you can dream it, you can be it. What is the Dolly Doctor question, Josh?
This one comes from Worried in New South Wales.
Worried.
I'm a guy, and I think if I wrote this in a men's mag, I might get bagged. But I've heard that girls like a circumcised penis. Everyone said that if I didn't get mine circumcised, I would never get laid. So one day, I thought I'd try to cut myself at home. Now it's red and sore. What should I do? I don't want to go to a doctor.
Well, go to a doctor.
Oh, wow. There is so much I could say
There's-
about that.
So much to unpack.
The thing is, though, I'm like, obviously, yes, we advocate medical attention in this situation.
Yes, always go to your doctor.
But how do you say this kid is what, 15?
Yeah, I would assume, or maybe even younger, if they're writing him to Dolly and not seeing a doctor.
Well, how do you broach that with your parents?
How do you say, hey, Mum, hey, Dad, I know this is wild, but I'm bleeding profusely from my penis because I tried to cut it off.
Well,
And also, who's saying that? All bodies are gorgeous. It doesn't matter if you're circumcised or not. All bodies are confusing, terrifying, and beautiful all at once,
yes.
aren't they?
Whether you have a penis or a vagina.
Yes, both of them are wonderful, terrifying mysteries of our bodies. Well, I've always thought so.
Yes.
As a lover and consumer of all genitals,
Yes, we are.
we've dabbled in both genres.
Oh, we do a lot of dabbling.
We enjoy a dabble. I don't think there's an issue with any sort of penile looks. They all look, dare I say, and no offense to people with penises, because it is the same with vaginas. As I said, quite intimidating. A penis, it's one moment it's like a little footy frank from Kath and Kim, and the next thing it's very erect and it's staring at you aggressively with one eye, going, "Oh, I'm gonna vomit all over you," and then it's just like, "Bleh," and you're like, "What do I do with this?"
At least it's very responsive. You can see when you're doing a good job.
Yes, you can, and I
It's like an ever-increasing performance review.
yes, I love that. That is
Well,
exactly correct.
Yes.
Yes, but bodies are wonderful little mysteries. Just because you're erect doesn't mean you're into it as well. It can be, I can be both. You can
true.
also, you could also go Kath and Kim footy frank and still be really into it. Bodies is confusing and strange.
Yes.
So let's not comment more on genitals. I think we can all agree.
Okay, great.
But all of them are strange. All of it is weird, but we love. Always listen to your doctor if anything weird is going on with your bits. But
And always listen to Em and Maddie.
yeah, of course. we're your girlies. We're not medical practitioners, clearly, especially since I called a penis a fat-free footy Frank. But I think all genders. How would? Because my question about this, the real question that popped into my head, how did he do it?
Oh, I know.
Do you gather and
what
utensil do you use?
and how long?
How long did he go? I mean, this is 20 years too late. Worried with the penis who wrote into Dolly Doctor, perchance, if you're listening,
you imagine?
Just let us know. Because they would
Do you
be,
think he could do permanent?
because they would be around our age now.
Do you think he could do permanent damage?
I think so. Surely it depends. How. I mean, cutting the whole thing off, I think, would be an issue. But I think if it's circumcision, it's quite. Oh my goodness, this podcast is getting very graphic now.
Ridiculous conversation.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Should we go to another question?
Yes, keep your hats on, boys.
Yeah. You'll be loved either way.
People with penises, to leave them alone.
Yeah.
They're gorgeous, just as they are.
Are they? Yes.
We'll say yes. We don't own penises, so I think we should just blanket statement. They're lovely.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you for your assistance.
Thank you, penises, for existing and creating us. We all came from one. And I don't know. This is why we're not asked medical questions, because we panic 14. And ramble.
Yes.
A good thing we're not the Dolly Doctor. Next, Josh.
Is there a polite way to tell someone their breath smells?
Maddie, you have some thoughts on this.
I do. Is this a Dolly Doctor question, or is this a...
No, this is a question.
Excellent. Back to regular questions.
Yeah, we are through the Dolly Doctor segment.
But question for you, Josh, do you think we'd make good Dolly Doctors?
Fucking terrible.
Okay.
Great. I think that means we're doing our job properly.
We're doing it really well. Okay, so breath smells. Smells. You work in film, Em. Have you ever had to kiss someone?
Thankfully have never been in this situation.
You've never been around someone with bad breath?
No.
That you need to tell?
No, not... You can... I'm pretty sure, I can tolerate a lot. Do you know what I mean?
Are you supposed to just tolerate bad breath? Is that the polite thing to do? Just hold off until you really can't handle it anymore?
Well, I would say so, particularly if you don't have to... I've never had to kiss someone with bad breath.
I think if you're an actor and you're in a scene where you need to kiss someone, because at uni we did a lot of kissing for one of our shows. I wasn't kissed. I was the only person in the whole show. There was a scene at the end where everybody had to kiss each other, and I was the only one who wasn't allowed to kiss anyone. And it was so annoying, because all I wanted was to be kissed like everybody else. But alas... But at the same time, I reckon there was one or two boys in that production that had terrible breath. Because it's weirdly always the guys, because they just don't think about it. They go out and have a lunch with beer and a oniony burger and garlic. And, they're not popping a little Mentos afterwards, especially if you have a kissing scene. Or if you're on a date, or just generally.
You just need to have some mints.
I always have mints with me, always. I'm one of those people, I have a magic handbag, like a TARDIS that has everything in it. Panadol, mints, tissues, whatever you need, I've got it. So
like Mary Poppins.
I am like Mary Poppins, practically perfect in every way.
Well, of course.
And so I will pull out mints and be like, oh, I'm having a Mentos. Does anyone here want one? And if the person with stinky breath says no, I say, are you sure? I think you should have one.
What if they say no again?
Then I'll probably say, look, I think you need one.
You would.
Because it's gently, because you can encourage gently and be like, who wants a mint? I mean, you're going to have to share your mints with everyone in the room.
Yes.
But it will eliminate that one bad breath person if you very much insist.
Absolutely. That's a good way to deal with that.
Yeah. Also, I work in comedy. Those men stink. I'm just stating it. Male comedians are disgusting and they smell. And I can smell it on the microphone. And I'm like, for goodness sake, have some,
These microphones smell good.
Yeah, because they're used by us and only us. It'll have our scent all over it. So you can eat as much onion as you like. It'll be fine.
hello male comedians that Maddie works with.
Don't, you'll get me cancelled. I'm not disclosing all of the secrets of the male comedians to you. Maybe later, we'll see. We'll see what you could pry out of me off camera.
Absolutely.
But yeah, generally they're gross. All right, I feel like that's all the questions that we're given for the day. Have you had a great time?
I have had a wonderful time.
I'm so happy with this podcast, and I hope everybody else is listening, having a good time. If you feel like you'd like to come join us in person, you can. We'll have a couple of episodes up for this season, and our final show is in Adelaide Fringe. So if you're an Adelaidean, or dare you have friends in Adelaide that you think would enjoy this show, please invite them and come on over and say hello.
Yes, we're very friendly.
Yeah, otherwise if people want to send in questions, how do they do that, Em?
You can email us at emmaandmaddiesolveyourproblems@gmail.com, and we are also on Instagram.
Yeah, so
at emmaandmaddie.comedy.
Perfect. Give us a follow, give us a message, and we'll do our best to answer all your questions.
Thank you so much for listening.
Bye,
We've had
everyone.
a very good time.
We had a great time. See you around the biz.
Bye.